Hi, in this quick video, I'm going to quickly review these two cases. Now, both cases are made by this company. Right, just having a look at the case that comes with the phone. This is pre-packaged in the box, and as you can see, it's a very snug fit, not very appealing, but it does do the job. If you do drop your phone with this case on, I do not think that it's going to offer much protection. It's really almost just like a sock. Button presses are decent, and at the back here, as you can see, it doesn't offer much protection for your cameras or this whole screen at the back here. It is slightly raised, and there on the sides it's also slightly raised. But now let's have a look at the alternatives which I've purchased. Right, here are the two units. They are slightly different. Firstly, the design. As you can see that this is frosted and this is clear. This is a piece of what probably is a type of perspex, but it's definitely plastic. And if I show you the other side, very similar. You can almost imagine it's from the same manufacturer. And there is a difference here on the edges. You can see that the one has these protrusions. It's just the mold came out there. It's not like there's an air bubble there or anything like that. For example, if you look inside there, all it is just that it was protruded here when they did their mold. Right, just having a look at the buttons for you. And the other one, slightly different. It is sealed around the buttons. There at the back, you can see that it does offer quite a lot of protection for your lens. And the other one, slightly different in that it's got this gloss around here. It's almost like a boundary of gloss, while the other one doesn't have it. So just having a look at the side view. The mass is 25.9 grams, so call it 26 grams. And this one is a little bit lighter, 27.4 grams. Okay, starting with this one. The first thing I bring to attention is it's not very tight. For example, I feel like it can come out of here quite easily. I've had other phones that are more snug, but nevertheless, it's not like you're going to hold it and the phone will flip out. But as you can see there, it's not very tight on the sides. Button presses are decent. Camera and screen protection at the back, very good. There you can see the profile. It's not very thick, but it does the job. Then on the front, you can see that it's slightly raised there so that if your phone is on the surface, it will not scratch the glass because the four corners and the bottom and the top are actually a bit higher than the glass. And there's the other side there you can see, and there's the branding. Having a look at this back piece of plastic, I'm sure over time it will scratch, but it does look stylish, looks quite smart. Do I think these are functional? Yes, I do. I think it's a clever idea to extend the mold a little bit more so that there's a little bit of a gap there so that the impact can be absorbed. So I'll just demonstrate it for you. Here's my screwdriver and I'm just going to depress it, and you can see it's not a lot, but there is some movement there. And I think that is a good design. Right, having a look at the other one. The first thing you'll notice is it's higher here. It extends all the way here. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of space between the top of the phone and where the cover goes. So you can see you've got this extra section here, because if you compare it to the other one, you can see the other one is flat while this one has that curvature, even though the phone does not follow that type of curvature. So yes, if you had to drop your phone like that, you'll definitely be protected. The bottom has that same approach. You can see that there is quite a bit of suspension here. So even when you're plugging in the USB, you can see there's about 3 millimeters between where the chassis of the phone is to the end of the cover. So that's what I'm talking about. There's that gap. And what about the corners? You can see it does have that suspension. We'll be able to absorb a drop. If you compare it to the one that came with the phone, this is just like a sock, while this actually has a bit of a space there, and that space is definitely going to assist in absorbing the impact. This one is also quite loose on the sides. I don't like the fact that it's so loose on the sides. It almost feels like it's flimsy, and getting it in and out, this one is actually more loose than this one. It's not like your phone's just going to fall out of your hand, but as you can see, at times you might find that you have to reseat this. And then just having a look at the protection of the screen in terms of whether it was rubbing on the table, you can see that it is definitely higher there. and there. So both cases follow the same principles. It's just that the design is a little bit different. Right, so I have dropped the phone. It was in this case. As you can see, my phone is still fine. I don't know if it fell on a corner. I just know that it fell from about 1/2 meter to the floor and the phone was all right. Would I recommend these cases? Well, the price, these cases are definitely affordable. They are providing a good protection here. My only pet peeve is that a little bit loose on the phone. I don't like that, and I don't like the fact that it slips out so easily just like that. This one also is loose on the sides, but on the edges a bit firmer, not as easy to flip it out, but still not as tight as I would like it. All right, so that brings me to the end of this quick review. Thanks for watching and cheers.